A company by the name of GALAX has just launched two RTX cards, a 3080 and a 3070 with low hash rates.
Apple may have delayed the iPad mini to the second half of 2021.
And it looks like Sony is going to be bringing us more stock of the PS5 by giving us a 6nm version of the PS5.
All of that and more on the Tech Summit Podcast, episode 48.
I'm Francisco.
I'm Chris.
And if you're watching on YouTube, then do make sure to check out the social media that is going to be right at the bottom of the screen.
And of course, if you are listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts, all of that information will be in the respective descriptions.
That's right. And just real quick before we moved on to any of our topics, I wanted to give a very special thanks to all of our patrons. So those are going to be for our $5 tier patrons. Those are going to be C, Armani, Rix Rocks, not Omar. Omar is a $10 tier. Luke, Maury. And then for the $10 tier, we've got Omar. So thanks to all of you for supporting us through all of this, of course. And don't forget that if you are a patron already, then you're immediately entered to win the Stream Deck Mini. That's going to be for tier 2s and 3s. And if you are interested in being entered in one of these, then please make sure to stop by our Patreon as well. And if you pledge to be a tier 2 or tier 3, then you will also be entered to win a Stream Deck Mini with many more giveaways coming up in the coming months.
And of course, alongside that entry into this giveaway, you will also get bonus uncensored episodes of the podcast where we say bad words. Last time we talked about our favorite games of all time, where you had a problem with one of my choices.
I did.
Shush. Don't spoil it. Don't give it away.
I won't.
And of course, we have a lot of cool subjects, such as that, a lot of great stuff on the Tech Summit Podcast after hours, basically.
Yes.
So is what we'll call it.
I like it.
Today, we have a beautiful background. We usually don't talk about the background that we have for the video portion of this podcast for people on YouTube, but we have this beautiful background. Golden energy to attract love and money. Connection with the universal source of abundance. 432 hertz, which I'm guessing is for the audio. Obviously it's muted.
Yeah.
And I personally think that this is a more than appropriate background for today's episode because we are going to start off with the stock scoop.
A lot of perfect transitionings coming up, so do make sure to pay attention to how we do it.
We're gonna get better at these things, yeah, definitely.
We are, yeah.
We are absolutely going to just boom with all that. Anyway, so let's get the
like the stock market.
Let's get the boring and more annoying one out of the way. GameStop.
Oh, okay. So they're GameStop news.
Let's just get the GameStop one out of the way. Okay, so you have people who are doing their due diligence as always, and they're doing the big reports. And of course, the question that everyone keeps asking is, when's the squeeze going to happen? I mean, for the people who are still paying attention, at least, because a lot of people have very much moved on already. Mm-hmm. I wish I could move on, and frankly, I'm giving myself end of the month.
End of the month.
End of the month. I think I might have mentioned that on a previous episode. End of the month. At the end of May, whatever price it's at, I sell. Because I'm tired of having that money tied up in there. I'd rather put that money towards more long-term investments and also towards my savings and, less risky ventures like GameStop.
Wait, like GameStop? So you're going to reinvest?
No, less risky ventures like GameStop.
Oh, okay. Like GameStop being that risky?
Yes.
Oh, man. I completely interpreted that in the wrong way. I thought that you were going to sell your stock to buy again.
Some people do that. They'll those are like the day traders. They'll buy in when it's low, sell when it's high, and then wait until it goes lower again, like later that day, and then just do it again.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it happens.
That's like a career.
GameStop has currently dropped this past week to 160.58. So that's a drop of about 16.91 this past week.
That's not that significant, considering how well GameStop has been doing for a while.
It's not terrible. If you go for the entire month, GameStop has lost $20. If you go by the entire month, it's just that it dropped really low at one point and then came really back up. So it's not a matter of, it's doing really well, more than it's just staying in place. That's what it is. It's basically kind of staying in place, in some cases losing a little bit.
It's very stagnant, and whenever there is movement, that ends up going down a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at the same time, with those due diligence, you have somebody who has now put a new date on it.
Oh, Jesus.
May 17th.
May 17th?
May 17th. They say that. May 17th.
That's when the squeeze is happening.
That's when the squeeze is supposed to start happening or something like that. Like
Uh,
apparently at May 17th, if short sellers are still shorting, that's when the deadline comes in and they're in trouble. And yeah, sure.
well,
I'll
we'll
believe
see.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Right, and we do still have 9 days until then. So you short what? Like what is it?
Short sellers.
Short sellers better keep an eye out for
Yeah.
that day. Doomsday.
Yeah.
Yeah, the doomsday's coming for you. X is gonna come for you.
X is
I,
gonna-
I messed up the lawyers.
Rest in
didn't I?
peace, X-Men.
Yeah,
Rest in peace.
indeed.
Now that's GameStop, but the more interesting one, I guess we're going to include this as part of the stock scoop at this point because it's basically a stock that people are investing in. Cryptocurrency, specifically Dogecoin.
Yes. And Dogecoin has been blowing up for the past couple of weeks, and we actually have a mutual friend who did make a sizable investment into Dogecoin when it was much lower, and right now he's like doubling his money. You know?
Very, very happy for him.
Yeah, like you can buy so many Yu-Gi-Oh cards with that much money.
I know, right?
Yeah, so many expensive ones, and he can buy so many Pokemon booster boxes too. It's like the first thing that comes to mind to me.
Maybe we should give him a plug at some point, honestly.
Yeah. Hey, Trevor, shout out to you, buddy.
Do you want to plug him? Plug the Twitch or something? Or what do you want?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So,
plug the Twitch, yes.
so do make sure to follow him on Super Saiyan Moon.
Yes.
On Twitch because he does like to do some pretty high quality booster box unboxings of both Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon cards, and I think he has done other ones as well.
He's done Pokemon mostly, I believe. I'm trying to remember if he's done Yu-Gi-Oh. He also plays video games, of course. He has a lot of Call of Duty streams among other games.
Indeed.
But yeah, no. Every Tuesday he's doing card unpackings. Great stuff.
Yes,
Fantastic community.
It's called Trading Card Tuesday, so do not miss out on Trading Card Tuesdays.
That is Super Saiyan Moon.
Indeed.
Super Saiyan Moon on Twitch.
Indeed.
Love you, Trevor.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dogecoin has exploded, especially this past week, where it has gotten a 78.39% as of well, obviously it's fluctuating, but basically about 79%, 76% increase.
76, okay.
76% increase. Where it started the week off around 37 cents and is currently at 65 as we're speaking.
It's more than doubled.
There is a point where almost doubled. There is a point where it almost reached 75 cents earlier this morning, Saturday morning. So like it's been going up pretty well. You know, I have a little bit of money in there myself, doing pretty nicely with it. I didn't put a whole lot. I think I put $50 in there, and I'm basically currently at 82. So
not bad.
Yeah, $30 profit. That's decent. That's a couple of booster packs. I don't
exactly. That gets you like halfway through.
If we're going to, if we're going to like, convert this cryptocurrency into Yu-Gi-Oh cards, it's or just trading cards in general. Yeah,
I feel like that should have like its own section. I feel
that's
like
its own cryptocurrency.
The trading card scoop. That would be pretty hilarious.
I'd probably just have like a button here, just something like that.
Oh Jesus! I mean that'd be fun.
Anyway, in any case, what's it called? So you mentioned that a certain somebody is going to be on Saturday Night Live.
Yes, and that is none other than Elon Musk. And so I actually kind of just came across this article where it says that he is going to be making an appearance on Saturday Night Live, and as a result, if he ends up mentioning Dogecoin,
Yeah, he tends to mention things and then they blow up right after. Yeah,
they did. Like he can change the landscape of anything whenever he wants. Just one tweet can change the entire world for everyone else around us, and for him, it's like ha ha ha.
So I suppose we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. Is it possible that Dogecoin reaches that fabled $1 by the end of May?
Yeah, which it can, considering how it's going.
It can, yeah. People were suspecting that maybe it reaches $1 by the end of the year, but we could possibly even shatter that. Who knows?
Yeah, it's been growing very fast. So at this point, I'm almost half jokingly kind of tempted to say it's all up to Elon whether that happens or not.
Anyway,
but no, yeah.
Of course, we are not financial advisors. We are not advising anybody to invest or anything like that.
Right.
Do your own due diligence. I would personally say don't invest in GameStop at this point. But
right, yeah, because currently things are
It's plateauing. It's probably going to start going down. People talk about a squeeze. If it happens, it happens. But I'm not counting on it.
Yeah, I'm also going to hold my breath on that one, especially since they've been predicting this over and over and over,
Exactly.
month by month.
But of course, we do in fact have. Let me just get that title up again. Golden energy to attract. Yeah, golden energy to attract love and money. So we don't have a love scoop, but we do have the stock scoop. Now on to the news.
Yes, no.
Of course.
On to the news.
Of course, we were here talking about Dogecoin and cryptocurrencies, and you apparently have some news.
Yes, which means that we can actually directly transition into something that is more or less counterintuitive to the last topic, but they are still related. And this is, I mean, considering that this isn't technically coming directly from NVIDIA, I'm still going to do the shame corner. And yeah, just say that...
Is this really a shame corner, though? I feel like it's more positive news, but...
it is more positive news, however, like, it's not NVIDIA doing this.
Okay.
By the looks of it, at least. So this article actually comes from WCCF Tech. And let's see, this one was written by Hassan Mushtaba. So you're going to have to forgive me for butchering that, because I'm sure I did. But yes, it was written by Hassan. And the article is titled, GALAX officially launches G4 RTX 3080 and 3070 LHR, which stands for lower hash rate graphics cards to combat GPU cryptocurrency mining. So that means that you can get your gaming cards and not have to worry that miners are going to pick those up for you, because they may not be so useful for them. However, reading further into this article, we're going to find out if that is actually what is being implied here. So, according to Hassan here, GALAX is the first graphics card manufacturer to confirm NVIDIA's GeForce RTX 30 LHR series, which is designed to combat cryptocurrency mining. The company has launched 2 cards under this category, which are based on the new Ampere GPU SKUs. So over here, we have the GALAX GeForce RTX 3080 LHR and GeForce RTX 3070 LHR graphics cards are custom designs, and nothing on these cards is changed except the underlying GPU SKU, which has been updated to GA102202 LHR for the RTX 3080. The RTX 3070 has its own too. With these new GPUs installed, the graphics cards will be limited to a 50% hash rate in cryptocurrency mining algos, making them unprofitable in such cases. So in other words, it sounds like it really would not be worth it for miners to get these low hash rate cards.
Okay, so I mean, I know this could be seen as bittersweet news for a lot of people. I personally see this as positive news because, of course, we were all complaining about how there was a lot of focus on cryptocurrency miners instead of other cards for, say, productivity or gaming. We were talking about how, obviously, the whole, I guess we're going to have to do this, scalper issue has been largely a thing that's already been happening, but has been made worse by cryptocurrency miners who are trying to, make a quick. They think they can make a quick buck off of mining cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, and a lot of them have also been using the COOF as an excuse to say, "Oh, we need to do this." I mean, you know what I'm referring to when I say the COOF, right? Okay, I just love using that term because it's
actually. Do I know?
It's kind of adorable.
Do I know that term?
You do. No, you don't. So the COOF is just what it's like a monetization-friendly version of saying current events.
Oh.
Certain circumstances.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh, okay. The demonetization word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there you have it.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, the COOF. It's so funny.
Okay.
But yeah, the COOF. And it is just nice to see that finally something that appears to be more significant is actually taking place.
Right.
Like, not just a release of an RTX 3080 Ti, which, by the way, hasn't happened yet.
Nope.
But is rumored still to happen soon.
I believe we said in a couple episodes ago about, what was it, end of the month we're going to find an announcement at least?
Yeah, like middle to end of May, I think it was.
Like May
something
23rd or something like that?
Probably.
We'll find out, I guess.
Yeah,
that's a couple weeks from now.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll have a lot more information on that on the next episode of the Tech Summit podcast.
Probably not the next episode, probably the one after.
or the one even after.
Yeah.
But with that said, it is very nice to see that gamers could actually start getting their hands on cards. And you and I have a mutual friend that has been wanting to upgrade for a while. He would be very happy to hear of these news.
Yeah, very much. Just because I keep constantly maintaining that cryptocurrency mining is not really as viable. I'm sure there's people out there who are probably screaming, being like, "No, it totally is." It's entirely possible that I'm wrong. Because I'll admit, this is the subject of mining cryptocurrency is one that I'm not as super familiar with. From my perspective, especially with like Bitcoin, maybe Dogecoin or Ethereum is a little bit different, but at the very least with Bitcoin, these things seem way. No, hold on. Shifting gears a little bit, because I think I remember reading not too long ago that Bitcoin is not mined with GPUs anymore. They're using
CPUs?
They're using some sort of other proprietary hardware that's like specially built for mining cryptocurrencies, specifically Bitcoin.
Specifically Bitcoin.
Just because there's like it takes so much energy and power to like mine a Bitcoin at this point that GPUs don't do it. So I think for a lot of people, when they get a GPU for mining, it's usually for Ethereum.
Yes. It is usually for Ethereum, which has been growing for sure, but it's not nearly as valuable as Bitcoin.
Oh.
Not even close.
I mean, it's still worth quite a bit. You know,
it is.
If you can get hardware to mine Ethereum at a decent clip, maybe you can make some decent money. Maybe. I know with Bitcoin, the energy expenses is way too high to break even on a Bitcoin. Maybe Ethereum is slightly different. I doubt it personally. But.
Yeah. Yeah.
If nothing
like the whole
else,
fiasco surrounding like cryptocurrency mining. Yes, like Bitcoin is kind of out of a lot of people's reach unless you already have Bitcoin, but Ethereum is like the popular form of cryptocurrency that people have opted in for using GPUs for mining.
Right. I'm just trying to think also. Of course, you have the other issue that I have, and that's that these things are huge energy hogs that ultimately kind of hurts the environment because, you know, all that energy has to come from somewhere. It's usually coming from like oils and stuff. And it's not like the energy is renewable or even being used for something else. Like this is an issue that people are having specifically with the NFTs.
Yeah.
If you remember, that you're using all this energy to create this digital certification seal for an NFT. And that energy is not being used for practical things like, you know, powering the heating for your house, or the stove, or a refrigerator. Like it's not being used for services like a hospital or, you know, things that help people more than it's really just being used just to kind of make a quick buck on something that's possibly going to burst.
Yeah. Well, not even a quick buck, I would say, since it does still take a while to mine these cryptocurrencies and all. But yeah, like so. I see your point. Like there is the differences between, you know, like the environment, causing damage to the environment for something practical, for something that's necessary for us to do versus, you know, something that isn't really so necessary and could certainly be handled in other ways, you know, like just invest in Ethereum, right?
I certainly, it is kind of weird to me that cryptocurrency, for as forward thinking as it is, apparently cryptocurrency, or at least to my understanding, there's not really a whole lot of cryptocurrency that's being made over renewable energy. You think they would with how forward-thinking cryptocurrency is supposed to be.
Do you think that maybe technology is advancing too quickly?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yes
okay.
and no.
I know that it's a complicated question.
Because the thing is, technology needs to advance, and of course, the further we go in technology, the faster it advances. You know, and then you reach a singularity, and then we're all done for. That's when you get Skynet or something. But
whoa, that got dark pretty quickly.
What's it called? I mean, you know about the singularity.
Yeah.
Okay. What's it called? You know, but at the same time, a lot of that technology does usually come to our benefit. You know, either making life more convenient or faster or aiding in the systems that be, whatever it may be. So I don't think it's that technology moves too quickly. Maybe it's that the wrong parts of technology move really quickly, and the parts that are needed to really help that out don't.
Like graphics cards are not advancing fast enough, but then like we're making a push towards a digital future very quickly. You
You
mean?
could have that. You could have that we're quickly relying more and more on cryptocurrencies. It looks like that's where the future could be headed.
Yeah, probably. Though I'm
Um,
sure that they're not going to be crypto at one point. Like it's probably going to be illegal to have crypto.
I had okay.
Currency.
What it is also with the NFTs that apparently that can be seen as a step forward. I've seen someone theorize that in the future NFTs could be used to verify actual things. Like instead of having a physical deed of the house, you have an NFT, a digital signature that marks that you own that property.
Mm.
Do you think that's something that could happen?
Yeah, I think that's something that could very well happen, and if that's one way to handle digital currency in the future, then that's probably the way to handle it to an extent, at least that I can think of right now.
Certainly, I do think cryptocurrency on paper, the idea of it being just like this unregulated currency that can be used all around the world without having to worry about like the dollar, the euro, blah, blah,
Mm.
blah. Stuff like that, I think it does rely a lot on a completely globalized, unified world. And then you start getting into geopolitics, and this is not geopolitics summit. So
Or politics.
this is not the UN summit. That's what it is, not the UN summit.
You got me there, yeah.
So
I gotta give it to you.
so that's the thing. Cryptocurrencies are very weird. Honestly, I kind of want to do some reading on this because I feel like a lot of times when we talk about this stuff, I don't know what I'm talking about. And someone in the comments probably is like gonna be like, "Chris is so wrong. I don't know why you have him on the podcast. Fire him immediately." It's like,
I mean, if that's the case, then like I would like to know what they think. Like correct us if you do believe that our statements are very much unfounded, or if they don't have much merit.
if you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment down below.
Yeah.
And remember to smash that like.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, he's right. Remember
No,
to
but
smash that like button.
Actually, though, yeah, please. If we're wrong about certain things, please, by all means, go in the comments and civilly
Yes.
tell us why we're wrong and what the thing is. We're always open to hear these things. But I read the comments. I imagine you do too.
I do too. Yes, of course. And I try my best to respond as much as I can. Like whenever it is a meaningful comment, I respond.
Of course.
Nowadays.
Yeah. It's just.
But now, I would say that, yeah, like all of this is definitely a pretty complicated issue, like regarding cryptocurrency and all that. However, I think that you and I should just go ahead and celebrate with the fact that, 3080s and 3070s could actually be reaching gamers.
It could.
Could.
I'm not gonna.
Scalpers. Wait.
I'm not gonna go and say that we're saved here because
Yeah, gamers have two enemies.
it's like
right now.
I would say it's like, okay, congratulations, you don't have to worry about the crypto miners anymore, but the original issue is still there. You still have the original scalpers who, similar to the original 3080, similar to the PS5, which we'll get to that later on.
Yeah, we're still scalping.
They're still scalping. That has not changed, and it's not going to change just because miners are out of the picture.
Yeah.
Crypto miners.
Yeah. I immediately thought, huh?
Remember, kids, if you're buying graphics cards, ask your parents' permission first.
Yeah, don't use their credit cards without asking, because that's mean. So now, with that said, there is still something else that could very well be pretty difficult to get your hands on.
You want to do that real quick? All
Yeah,
right,
let's.
get on to it. So, there's two pieces to this news, more or less. We're back to Apple again.
Sure.
The Apple analysis. No, I don't know.
Let's cover the first part of it.
Yeah. So, the biggest piece of news, according to Mac Rumors, as always, which of course is
Go ahead. You got this. Okay, just take a deep breath and read it out again.
Mac Rumors.
Yes.
Written by Sami Fatih. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Hopefully, yeah.
So, I'm just going to quote directly.
Yeah.
According to reliable supply chain analyst Ming-Chi Kuo.
Minchi Kuo, I think.
Kuo?
Yeah, Yes,
I'm not on a website.
I've heard that name a bunch of times in the past.
Yeah, I was say. So this is a pretty reliable source. Then, if they're constantly being referred to, it's probably a pretty legit one.
Yeah.
Apple plans to release the 6th generation iPad Mini in the second half of this year, indicating an even more delayed launch for the small form factor iPad. In a note related to the launch of an 8-inch foldable iPhone in 2023. What? we're gonna have to go back to that in a moment.
Oh gosh. So I guess that this piece of news might be a 3 or 4-parter.
I don't know. In a note related to the launch of a foldable iPhone in 2023, Kuo said that the recent global changes have helped grow iPad sales, and the newly released 11 and 12.9-inch iPad Pro models are expected to bolster sales forward. We'll get to that. In addition, Kuo said the new iPad Mini in the second half of this year will help further grow the iPad business. So the iPad Mini, we were kind of trying to figure out exactly when it was going to release. A lot of people were thinking it was going to be announced at the Spring Forward event or a Spring Loaded, whatever it was called.
Yeah.
The 420 event.
The Spring Fling.
The 420 event. The smoking hot event.
Oh, geez. That's a good one.
Thank you. So they all thought that the iPad Mini was going to be there, and we were all or a lot of people were sort of wondering, where is it? They announced the iPad Pro. Where was the iPad Mini? What's going on with that?
I was dying for news on that too.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm half joking when I say that I do want an iPad Mini.
Okay.
Alongside, just because it's so much tinier, it's so much.
I just look at it as like an e-reader or something like that. That's what I feel like it is. It's just an e-reader, or like a slightly bigger iPhone.
Yeah, basically, it just seems like a super easy way of traveling with a slightly bigger screen without having to carry something that's even bigger than that with you. Let's say that you don't need to carry that power with you, and I don't know, you just don't want to use your phone, you want a slightly bigger screen. This is not even a first world problem. I would consider this more like a 0.0 world problem.
Elite problem.
Yeah, right there. But yeah, I would like to see the improved iPad Mini, no doubt.
Yeah, but so in any case, what happens is that we were expecting an iPad Mini during the Apple event. It did not happen, and as it turns out, it's possible that it got delayed to the second half of this year. Which, let's be real here, it makes sense. We were talking about this multiple times on the podcast, that current events and these unprecedented times will lead to delays across the board for hardware, software, all of that. And look at that. We're seeing the first signs of effects from Apple themselves. I'm still holding on to the idea that we're not seeing an iPhone this year, but at the very least, we do have confirmation at this point that they are, in fact, I almost said the I word, affected. They are, in fact, affected through the delay of the iPad Mini 6.
I see. Well, we are seeing some delays over here, and this actually would transition pretty nicely into the next bit of news and all. But I don't think that we're not going to see an iPhone this year. I still don't think so, because Apple went ahead and announced the iPad Pro M1s, and then they said, the iPad Mini's coming out.
The purple iPhone.
The stupid
it's
purple iPhone.
I like it. What's wrong with it?
It's an addition we didn't need.
Yeah, but why not? I like it. I mean, again,
it's a waste of silicon.
It's a purple iPhone.
But it's a waste of silicon.
But it looks nice.
That could have gone into the iPhone 12s or 13, whatever they end up calling it.
You're not getting a 12, you're going straight to 13. Or 14.
Why? Oh, I think that they might actually... No, I doubt it.
My conspiracy theory is that we are not getting an iPhone this year. We have to wait until next year, and they're going to call it an iPhone 14 because they realize, we skipped over a year. We don't have to use the number. We don't have to hear the memes from everybody.
Oh, the unlucky iPhone, the one without a charging port.
The iPhone 13 comes out, and you have someone immediately smash it on the floor and be like, "Oh my god, I dropped it! Look at this bad luck."
Just throwing it at.
They just do it for the clout. It's
you see that happened because it doesn't have a charging port. ChargeGate. That's gonna be the new thing. Mark my words.
The iPhone crashes once. Oh, it's cursed.
There you go. If I only had my charging port, it would work.
And speaking of cursed,
Yes.
it turns out the iPad Pro also might have a bit of a, not necessarily delay, but kind of a delay. If you try to pre-order the iPad Pro on Apple's website right now, I actually have it open right here. I have a 12.9-inch iPad Pro in my cart.
Yeah.
And they are saying if you order today, it delivers July 2nd to July 16th. So if you try to pre-order an iPad Pro right now, you are getting it possibly as late as July, even though it was supposed to come out the second half of this month.
Huh. That, yeah, like when I heard about this, I had my mouth like just wide open. Like, I can't believe that they're doing this to me. I want my M1 iPad right now. I want to be with it.
I mean, we're in, so sometimes it just happens.
You know what? Current events. I want my iPad.
Okay. It's just a matter of it is. And the thing is, it's kind of concerning too, because we're talking about a almost 2-month delay. If you try to order it right now, almost 2-month delay for a device that is being sold directly from the manufacturer. This is Apple's website. This is not Best Buy. This is not AT&T. This is Apple themselves. So if you have to wait that long for them to get
Things are bad.
Get it to you,
Yeah.
how long is it going to take to get it from a carrier? Because you said that you want to get it through Verizon, correct?
Right. And so far through Verizon, I haven't noticed any kind of delays, like anything saying, yeah, you might be waiting more than usual. It doesn't seem to be the case so far. Mostly because I don't think we actually still have a concrete date for the release. We just know that it's coming on the second half of May.
Okay.
But like I would have to maybe speak to like a Verizon representative, maybe just like go online and actually try to place the order.
Right.
We'll see. We'll see what happens with that.
And of course, it gets even worse in some areas because you had one person who tried to claim this is completely uncited source. This is one person's word of mouth. Don't take this as guaranteed fact. But you had one person who went to their local Target to look into pre-ordering an iPad Pro, and the Target employee told them that they might not be getting them until September.
Oh. Ooh. That just hurts.
And I'm going to go on a limb and say this is not a scalper issue. So nobody. This is not a scalper issue. This is just a manufacturing issue because we have the chip shortage that we have all across the board.
Yeah, we do, and it is becoming a pretty big deal. I mean, it is affecting even Apple, like one of the giants in the industry.
Yeah,
we're having issues like getting their hands on silicon. So we're going to have to see. Hopefully, I can get my hands on that M1 12.9-inch iPad.
I'm strongly considering it. I know I'm still in the middle of that iPad search. I'm strongly considering the Pro.
It's been happening since last year, but like we will conclude on something this year.
But this summer, it's either the Pro here, the 4th Gen Air. I have one person who's actually trying to convince me to go with the vanilla model.
Wrong.
The current, was it 8th Gen?
Wrong.
I don't know. He's trying to save me money.
He's trying to save you money, yes.
He's trying to save me money. He's like, if you don't need, if the original iPad does what you need it to do, why spend the extra $300 for an Air? Why spend the extra almost $1,000 in some cases for the Pro?
The reason for it are actually a couple. One, the display. I'm pretty sure that you want a good display to work on.
It would be a pretty nice display.
Yes, it would be a pretty nice display. Also, if you end up going for, let's say, one of the M1 models, that could potentially save you on a lot of battery life. That's one. Two, three, actually. You would have a spot to place the Apple Pencil, which you are going to want to get to do work on there. Since that 8th generation baseline iPad doesnn't really have those magnets for the Apple Pencils. Yeah, so you would probably either have to use like the older ones that would plug onto the bottom.
For the vanilla iPad, it only works with 1st gen pencil, yeah.
And that's pretty pretty disgusting.
There's one other argument. Of course, battery life is a big one.
Yeah.
Because the M1 is supposed to give us a better battery life for the iPad Pro.
And there's also like a massive leap in performance there between the two. Like if you want to future-proof...
it's a massive leap. Of course, the debate is it going to use that power? We don't know yet. Because remember, it's still tied to iPad OS. There you go, iPad OS, excuse me. It should be on Mac OS probably at this point, like a modified Mac OS. But
yeah. That's something that could very well be happening in the future, because
I would hope.
I'll give you an example. Apple released the 2018 iPad Pro, right? The 2018 iPad Pro is the exact same model I have. It does have a mobile chipset. I think it has 4 gigs of RAM, not entirely sure. And this one is still, even to this day, a very powerful device. However, I actually kind of forgot what I was going with that. Can you repeat what you said? The last point.
Power. Will it use the power that it needs? It should be on modified Mac OS.
Oh, yes. So what I was going to say is that at first we only had iOS on that iPad. And then later on, they gave us iPad OS, which was specifically to only work with the iPad, and it's so that we could treat it more so like a computer, so we can use a mouse cursor and things like that. And because we got that after the fact, like after we got that iPad, it is very likely that, you know, an upgraded, updated version of iPad OS, or even just like a mobile version, like a mobile overhaul of it, of Mac OS comes to it, and it allows us to make more use of it. Or it's just that we're going to see more first-party / maybe even third-party apps being brought in to really take advantage of that power.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't think that Apple is really in the business anymore of just like not letting their devices be used to their maximum potential.
I would hope not. I mean, you're probably right. Maybe we'll see some changes when a couple of years when the next iPad comes out with like the M2 chip.
The M2 chip.
The M2 chip.
I mean, that could just be 1 year from now, because the M2 chip is coming to laptops. Right?
I don't know. I don't know if we're going to see an iPad Pro 3 years in a row. Are we? I feel like we're going to have a year gap, especially with what's going on right now. You know,
it is usually every 2 years.
They might focus on the Air next year, or like the vanilla model, or
fair. I think that is a pretty fair assessment.
So maybe it'll be an M3 chip.
No, I doubt it. But it's only nice to wish. However, we are going to be taking a very short recess over here to let the camera cool off just for a little bit, and we'll be back in just a few seconds to you guys. So we'll be seeing you in just a quick recess. So see you in a sec. And now with yet another piece of news, since I have pretty much concluded the Apple part, and I do have my hoodie back on, immersion breaking. I wanted to bring up the fact that it does appear like Sony is going to try to do something about the whole, I want to say, availability issues that have been going on. Yeah, that too. The scalping issues that have been taking place since last year. And it looks like Sony is going to try to shrink the die on the PlayStation 5's silicon from 7 nanometers, which is currently what it's using, all the way down to 6 nanometers. So it's only by 1 nanometer. But
okay.
I don't know what this is going to do in terms of thermals or performance or anything like that. However, this does mean that they can allocate more resources by using smaller die sizes and, you know, be able to apply that to more models. And that way, more people should be able to get their hands on more PlayStation 5s.
So do you anticipate this happening anytime this year?
I think probably like closer to the holiday season, maybe.
Maybe.
So
where exactly is it? Is this a rumor, or is this more of a sort of confirmed fact that Sony is in fact making these changes?
I believe it is a very valid rumor, more than it is like confirmed. I haven't seen any particular articles on this one. However, like a lot of people have been talking about it. So like it could have really just been that I missed that part, but like it is still a pretty great thing. And it's something that it is pretty feasible for them to do as well. It makes sense for them to want to do something like that. And hopefully Microsoft will also think about doing something like that as well for whenever they come out with the with more Xbox Series X or Series S models, especially for the Series S. Even though, like, as we were talking before, the Series S was having performance issues already,
Performance. I'm not really sure about performance. I know there is one game that apparently is having a couple of problems on the Series X and S. It's kind of funny. Minecraft.
It's funny because it is. I mean, they have a Windows edition of the game.
Give me 1 second. I'll double check exactly what it is. Just
Okay.
tell us a little bit more about the PS5 stuff.
Sure. So, like, reducing the die size essentially for the PlayStation 5 would mean that they can just allocate more of that to like other PlayStation 5 models. Obviously, they can't shrink it all the way to just 1 nanometer. Like, that would be impossible for them to do while still getting the kind of performance and, you know, like handling thermals in the way that it does. But this means potentially very good news for people who do need, or, well, who want a PlayStation 5 and still have not been able to get their hands on one or anything like that. Like if you've been wanting to play Demon's Souls for a while but haven't been able to because, you know, no PlayStation 5s and because there isn't a PC port yet. There should eventually be one, though. Same thing with Final Fantasy VII Intergrade, which is now apparently going to be a PlayStation 5 exclusive.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
We will talk about that. But the gist seems to be that it's at the very least a 6-month timed exclusive for PS5.
Yeah. Which means that people who wanted Final Fantasy VII Remake on PC are going to have to wait even longer, probably.
That's right. Especially, if they want the Intergrade and all that, they're going to have to wait longer for that.
Yeah, because
and
at this point...
PS4 players are completely left out of the dust entirely. There's no way they're going backwards to be like, okay, PS4 players can play Intergrade now too. No.
No. Which means, by the way, that they better not be giving us a vanilla Final Fantasy VII Remake when it comes over to PC.
No, it's definitely gonna be Intergrade because Intergrade is not just the Yuffie episode; it's also like all the
it's the rest of the
upgrades,
game.
the 60 FPS.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those changes feel like they were done primarily on PC, but then Sony paid them money to be like, yo.
I have a question though. Like, let's say that you already own Final Fantasy VII Remake on your PlayStation 5, whether you got it directly from Sony's monthly game giveaways or if you ended up buying it. Do you just have to pay like a little bit extra to get the DLC for Intergrade, or do you have to buy the whole new game?
Intergrade's upgrade is free for anyone who has purchased Final Fantasy VII Remake on the PS4. If you got it through PS Plus as part of the monthly free giveaway, you are not eligible.
Okay. So what if I bought the physical Final Fantasy VII Remake
on PS4?
For PS4?
I believe you are eligible.
You think so?
I believe you are. I'm pretty sure episode Yuffie is included. I'll double check on that.
I'm very interested because, like, the thing is that I mean I don't have the disc version of the PlayStation 5, so that might be an issue.
I don't know. It's on your account. It might count as eligible.
I mean, hopefully so. That game, that copy of that disc has not been played on any other PlayStation 4s. I'm not eligible.
No, you're eligible for the upgrade, but Yuffie DLC will not be included with that upgrade. You will have to purchase that separately, but they have not announced a price.
Okay. You know what? That's fine.
So
that's fine. I don't mind.
You get the upgrades, all the visual upgrades and the 60 FPS of Intergrade, but you have to pay probably like $20 for Yuffie.
Well, it's Square Enix. Let's face it; it'll probably be 30.
I'm gonna say it's. Oh, you're right.
It is Square Enix.
That just made me realize. Are they going to? No, actually, no, because I feel like copies of 7 Intergrade on PS. I feel like all copies of 7 on PS5 are going to include Yuffie, so it makes sense to be $70, I guess.
Yeah.
Like even without, like if it was without Yuffie, it'd be like that's dumb. That's a $60 game that a year later is now $70. But
yeah, okay, just went up in price, even the digital one.
I'm still excited to play. I mean, I have the PS Plus copy of 7 Remake.
All you have to do is play it.
I do.
Yeah.
I really wanted the PC port though, which it looks like we're gonna have to be waiting until at minimum holiday season.
Yeah.
Minimum holiday season, more than likely next year entirely, next spring or
I
something.
really think that it's going to end up being like a next year thing. But I do think that next year is also when we're supposed to get like the second episode of Final Fantasy VII
I'm
Remake.
going to talk about that in a moment.
Oh, okay. So you actually have news on that.
More speculation that seems pretty legit.
Okay.
For the record, though, with the Minecraft stuff, it's a pretty big article to talk about. I know one thing is that apparently Mojang decided to put an end to the super duper graphics pack for Minecraft. But what the biggest issue apparently seems to be that Minecraft currently runs worse on Series X and S than it does on Xbox One.
Really?
Yeah.
Terrible optimization there.
Loading times, in particular, dropped frames. And keep in mind, this is not with the ray tracing mode. That has not come out for Xbox Series yet. I'm just going to say Xbox Series. It has not come out to Xbox Series yet, and they have not revealed when. But it seems like, at least at the current moment, really long loading times and dropped frames seem to be an issue.
That's insane.
For Minecraft.
Dude, look, that's pretty insane. Like, yes, for one, it is happening with Minecraft. But secondly, it's not like the Xbox One was having issues with it in the past, right?
No, I don't think so, no.
Yeah, so like...
It's optimization.
Horrible optimization there on their end, and that has got to get fixed pretty soon because that's pretty unacceptable.
Now, before we get into more talks about other games like Final Fantasy, when it comes to just the changes, the hardware changes of the PS5, do you actually believe that it's going to lead to an increased amount of availability for a lot of people? Do you think that this plan is going to work?
I think that it's going to work for some people.
For some people.
Yeah, like it should make it, I think, a little bit easier to get a PlayStation 5. But I don't think that it's going to all of a sudden create or like allow Sony to make millions and millions of copies. I don't think that that's what's going to end up happening.
No?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. I just think that
it is a good step. It is a good step in stabilizing things. I do feel like the first couple of waves of it, though, they're still going to have those issues just because people are going to be like, it's still in that scalping mindset. Where it's like
the mindset's never going to go away.
No, it's going to go away. For the PS5, it is going to go away. There's no way we're going to have scalping the entire generation.
Well, no.
But I feel like the first couple of waves, a lot of people are going to be like, look at all these extra PS4s to scalp as opposed to the stock normalizing. That's what it is. But of course, as more and more PS5s come out, the value of the PS5 is going to drop in the aftermarket. Scalpers are not going to see as much of a return on investment. There's probably going to be points where they don't see return on investment at all, and then boom, the scalping issue is dealt with. But that change is going to happen over the course of, I would say, at least 6 months after they make this change. So if it's holiday season, we don't see stock fully normalized until next summer.
Yeah,
maybe
until
later,
mid-2022. Yeah, it's again, like, it is a shame for people that are still waiting for their consoles, and it is kind of rich coming from me to say this, but like, it's just a console. But no, like, I understand that people need their entertainment, especially if they are stuck at home.
This past year, people are stuck at home. It makes sense.
Yeah, it does make a lot of sense that people would be pretty frustrated about this, especially with games like, I keep mentioning them, but like, you already know, with like PlayStation 5 exclusives or Xbox Series X exclusives, if they have any right now, like those games that people probably really want to play but just can't, because even if they have the money to buy the hardware at MSRP, they can't.
Just say the name. I know you want to say it.
Scalpers?
No. Say the name of the game.
Dark Souls.
Demon Souls.
Demon Souls.
You messed up.
I did.
Demon Souls.
Demon Souls, yeah. Yes. Demon Souls remake.
Demon Souls, Miles Morales, Sackboy's Big Adventure. No. Stop. It's actually good. I did play a bit of it. It's really good. It actually is really good.
Astro's Playroom.
Astro's Playroom was good.
Yeah.
What else?
Final Fantasy VII Integrate.
Well, that we haven't gotten to that. That hasn't come out yet. I'm thinking about games that have already come out.
Oh, okay.
The most recent one is Returnal.
Returnal, right?
Which I've heard is very good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ignoring the multi-platform games right now because we're focusing on the PS. Because obviously there's other games that came out.
Mm-hmm.
There was Assassin's Creed Valhalla. You mentioned that one before we started recording.
Right.
This weekend we saw the release of Resident Evil 8.
Oh yeah, like there has been a lot of talk about it actually. I'm interested in playing it, are you?
Yeah. Keep in mind, my experience with Resident Evil is actually very minimal. I've only ever played a little bit of 5, but my best
Mm-hmm.
friend is a huge fan of Resident Evil, and
Mm-hmm.
thanks to him and Steam Family Share, I'm finally going to actually take the plunge and go through the series,
Okay.
so I can then play 8. So thanks, dude. And so yeah.
So, like speaking of which, actually, like I'm kind of on the same boat as you there. The only Resident Evil game that I've actually played, and I don't even think it was to completion because when I touched it, I was maybe 5
Mm,
on the PlayStation 1, and it was either Resident Evil 1 or 2.
okay, I see.
It was one where like it takes place in a mansion, and you just like.
I don't know. The name of the series is Resident Evil, so I'm assuming they all take place in mansions.
No, not all of them.
They're all in houses and domiciles, you know.
Well, some take place outdoors, I think.
That-
I think.
So the resident there is homeless.
I might be wrong on that front. Anyway, yeah. Let us get right into the
Yes.
news. With.
So well, there isn't news to talk about really.
Rumors.
So let's just talk a little bit real quick because we're talking about PS5. We're talking about the stock possibly. I almost said speculating. The stock regulating is not none of that.
No.
But what's it called? So we're talking all about that stuff. Of course, you have to think about, okay, cool. What are some games coming up? Because a lot of people talk about how the PS5 has no games.
I'm going to let you handle that part.
I have the list
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
But obviously, we're going through this together.
Mhm.
This is from Games Radar. Of course, as per usual, we are focusing on PS5.
Sorry, guys.
Xbox does not have many actual exclusives because most of the Xbox titles that might be exclusive to the system are also coming to PC.
You guys are great, by the way. Yeah, you're great people.
You guys are good. You have Game Pass. All right.
Yeah.
You have Game Pass. You're
Exactly.
fine.
You're the
Halo
better value.
Halo is around the corner. We actually want to talk about Halo a little bit on the bonus episode. Tease.
Yeah.
A little bit of a tease there. But
Yeah.
let's talk about games that are coming to PS5. Now this list does seem to be both multi-platform and exclusives.
Okay.
So from Games Radar again.
Yeah.
These are PS5 titles that we know about for 2021 and beyond.
Okay.
Let's start off. Knockout City.
Wait, what?
Knockout City. That's the EA Splatoon looking.
It'll skip. Keep going.
It doesn't look too bad. It does not look too bad, but it also looks like it will be like a PS Plus game within the next 6 months.
Easily.
Remember when EA had a game like that last year? What was it? It was not Rocket League. Obviously not Rocket League. Rocket Arena or something.
I don't even want to think about
It was
it.
like an actual like multiplayer game that was being like sold for, I think it was like $40 or so. $40 or $60. Nobody was playing it. It was dead on arrival. It immediately dropped down to like $5. And then I think they gave it away for free on PS Plus sometime around the holiday season.
That's sad. That's a sad way
It
to
is
go.
really sad. Not even a month later, and it was already like less than $10. I feel bad for the people who worked on it, man. It's like,
Same.
dang.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, like not that many people care about my game.
And it
That's
looks like we're unfortunately looking like we're gonna have that again with Knockout City. So anyway, Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate.
Okay, now we're getting into
Now
the
we're getting
good
into a
games.
game that you care about,
Yeah.
which we just talked about a little bit. No, the thing I wanted to mention is that apparently one of the reasons why Yuffie's DLC and a bunch of other things are not going to be coming to PS4 is because Square Enix is using Integrate and the development of that as a way to get their feet wet in PS5 development for the next part.
Okay.
Like, this is the practice round before they do part 2.
Okay. But couldn't they just release and integrate for PlayStation 4 players later?
It's probably not developed or anything like that for it. Think of it this way. Let's go back a couple of months. Let's talk about Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
If you're developing Cyberpunk primarily with PC, PS5, and Xbox Series in mind,
Mm-hmm.
what happens when you then have to go backwards and be like, oh crap, we have to do a PS4 version?
Fair enough, yeah.
The game will not be optimized. Chances
Yeah,
are
fair.
a lot of those graphical updates are not built whatsoever with PS4 in mind. They would not run properly.
Mhm.
And I'm willing to wager if they're talking about that, then Yuffie's DLC was probably made exclusively with those graphical upgrades already built in.
Fair enough, I suppose.
So, like,
Yeah, like considering what happened with Cyberpunk, I do
it
have to be
sucks.
open to it.
It sucks, but I get it.
Yeah, same
You know,
here.
because it is true. They need to like get an idea of how to develop for this system
Mhm.
relatively quickly if they want to have part 2 out before the end of the generation.
Yeah.
You know, they cannot take another 6 years on this one.
No, they cannot. Though they did also say that, like development on each part of Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to go a lot more quickly than it did originally.
Starting now, definitely.
Yeah.
Do you
Starting
well,
like from the release.
Do you think part of that is because they already planned ahead of time for like Yuffie's DLC to be a PS5 thing? Like, do you think that when released Final Fantasy VII Remake on PS4, they were already working on the PS5 upgrades?
I mean, that's one thing, sure, but like one thing that should make it pretty clear to me, at least, that there is no way that they should take much longer on this. Is that, you know, like the story is already made for them. We do know that they're
adding
going to
so
make
much.
Yeah, they are. However, like the Final Fantasy VII story isn't really drastically different. I would just say that the ending to the remakes
I'm about to say
game was very different than the
I was gonna
events that
say
were
I don't
experienced in the
know. I
original
don't
game.
know what happened in the game because I also barely know what happens in the original 7. All I know is the one iconic moment. What's it called? But
Don't say it.
no, I'm not gonna say it. But isn't it possible that because of the ending of part 1 being so different and changing things up, don't you think that could mean that part 2, 3, 4, however many they are going to be vastly different going forward?
They very well could be,
It seems like they're going a different direction. Probably.
especially considering the director.
I was gonna
of
say,
7.
isn't this Nomura?
It is Nomura. More like no more. What is he, a scalper since when? Yeah. Like that guy.
If like Square Enix RPGs become a regular staple of this podcast, then maybe we should get a Nomura button.
Man, I feel like we need more buttons on this. 8, too little. We need more.
But you were saying,
Yeah, as I was saying, he take too much of his time with things, and things always end very open ended with it. Like it's almost like always kind of like going in the direction of, yeah, there could be a sequel, or, you know, we didn't really fully conclude the story, so there's more to come.
like Kingdom Hearts, right?
Like Kingdom Hearts. Every time has a sequel, even when it doesn't need it.
I somewhat get Kingdom Hearts a little bit mixed up with Shenmue in that instance because bear with me, hold on.
I'm bearing.
Not in the sense that you're thinking of. I get them mixed up because both of the games took years upon years to make. They were expected to conclude the story arc, and then when they came out, it turns out that they kind of end on a bit of a cliffhanger, and the directors are like, don't worry, 4 is going to happen eventually. Because that's what happened with Shenmue. Shenmue 3, you wait, what was it? I think it was 12, 16 years, something like that.
Something
you wait
like
a
that, yeah.
long time for it. It
Mm.
comes out, and it ends on a cliffhanger. And the director's like, I can't wait to give you guys Shenmue 4. It's like, and everyone's like, excuse me?
Like, seriously now.
And so I remember
my
hearing
gosh.
Kingdom Hearts having somewhat of an issue. Obviously less egregious because it was a much shorter wait, but
Actually,
there was still Kingdom Hearts spin-offs, be real. There were still spin-offs that were continuing the story. Shenmue didn't have that.
yeah, but they were like breaking the story, if you ask me. Like
Okay.
things that really did not need to happen ended up happening. We got games like Recoded, which is it's the dumbest thing ever. It's just like Sora gets converted into Data Sora, right? And like he
Okay.
goes into a computer.
Okay.
And this is
Is
ADS game.
that oh, I thought you were talking about Kingdom Hearts 2. I was like, oh, is this the Wreck-It Ralph world or
No. No. So like Sora's job here is to like break through a bunch of different like glitches and stuff and like try to collect that. And then like by the end of the game, if you don't mind me spoiling it.
I kind of actually do mind a little bit. I
You
do because
do?
I am going to play it.
Okay. I did not go very far.
Like,
in
I
this
know
game.
Shenmue. You're not going to play Shenmue, so
Yeah, I mean it's not really my cup of tea, but yeah.
I want. You know what it is? I actually recently got Shenmue 3 through Humble Bundle because it was given away in choice, and it's like, well, if I guess I have Shenmue 3 now. But the common complaint I heard about Shenmue 3 is that it's extremely dated. Like Shenmue 3 came out in I think 2019 or so. Yeah, on the tail end of 2019.
Yes.
But it's a game that still feels like it's back in 2002.
Yes. Yeah.
And so it's like for a lot of people, it's like, why would you play Shenmue when you can play, for example, Yakuza, which has been doing it way better.
And Yakuza does actually look pretty cool. So
They actually announced a new one.
Really?
Or semi, well, actually, maybe it's adjacent, I think it is. It's Lost Judgment, I believe is what it's called.
Lost Judgment, okay.
Which is going to apparently stick with the original gameplay of Yakuza, because apparently the newest Yakuza game was more of a turn-based JRPG almost.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so it might be more your style, I guess.
I guess.
But yeah, Yakuza Like a Dragon apparently has a lot more turn-based elements to it.
All right. You use punch. You know.
Something like that. It's like, what limb would you like to use? It's like, this guy is right-handed, so if I hit him with the left, he'll be surprised.
Yeah.
And he gets extra stun damage.
It's like, oh man, it turns out that he's weak to right hook, but he's resistant to left hook.
But I am going to play Kingdom Hearts, so yeah.
Okay. Well, luckily Recoded has a movie, so you can just watch that. However, the ending and honestly, like just the beginning, it felt like a filler episode of a Kingdom Hearts anime.
Okay,
if it existed.
Okay, so it's all like on a beach or something, or
it starts on a beach.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I was joking. God damn it! These people are weird.
Yeah, they are. I mean, that's Nomura for you. And then, yeah.
This is why I don't watch anime a lot.
I mean, that's fair. But, like, from the many spin-offs that we got, or technically sequels, really, because, like, they take place after. That's definitely the worst one. One of them introduces, like, a whole new evil, and that one's Kingdom Hearts 3 D.
Oh.
So Dream Drop Distance, yeah. Which is actually a playable game on PlayStation 4 as well.
Is it?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. And then
they couldn't get Recoded, but they were able to get Dream Drop Distance? Okay.
I'm glad that they did it that way, because Recoded is a trash-ass game.
Okay.
That game can stay buried for forever. Honestly, I can have a full understanding, I think, of the story, even if I left it Recoded.
I want to see you rant about Recoded sometime, like a bonus episode or something.
Okay, fine.
one of these days. I'm gonna hurry up, play through it, and then it's like we can talk about it. I want to hear.
Or just watch the movie.
No. Yeah. In that case, it's just watching the movie. I'm gonna play through the series. That's what it is. Because I intend to play the whole series, but there's other RPGs that have to come first.
Yes, of course. Like you've already made like that.
There's something of a sort of timeline. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's okay.
A roadmap. That's the term I was looking for.
I guess you just have to wait. To rant, but yeah, like essentially Kingdom Hearts that happened with Kingdom Hearts 3 ended on the biggest cliffhanger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Nomura, I got pretty mad about that because I was like, wait, dude, seriously? Like now we have to wait for Kingdom Hearts 4, and there's probably going to be an in-between game too before that.
Right.
Yeah.
But of course, while you're waiting for those games, we have all these other PS5 titles coming up.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Oh Jesus, I ranted about it for too long. Continue.
I mean, Ratchet and Clank. Everyone's been waiting for that one. That's probably honestly, I feel like that might actually be the big title for the PS5 this year, assuming that Horizon maybe doesn't make it.
Huh.
We'll talk about that in a moment, but
I guess so.
We'll see. But Ratchet and Clank, a lot of people like Ratchet and Clank. I didn't grow up on it, so.
I mean, it sounds pretty ratchet to me.
I played a sliver of the 2016 one, the one that was tied in with the movie, and it played pretty nice. It did, I will admit. So yeah, Ratchet and Clank. All right. Comes out the exact day after Intergrade. So that's a pretty busy week. That's a pretty busy week for gamers.
Indeed.
You get Intergrade, and then you get Rift Apart.
Rift Apart.
Yes. Little Devil Inside. That looks like a Cheshire cat. Looks like a decent-looking indie title. Sure.
I mean, I can't actually see because of the privacy screen.
Yes, here.
Yeah, like it's easy to forget. Oh wow, yeah, like it does look like a little like Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Kind of cat.
Except even more macabre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Kena, Bridge of Spirits.
I'm interested in that.
Very
game.
excited, but I'm getting it on PC.
Fair.
Yeah, but I'm very excited for Kena. Life is Strange, True Colors.
Not interested.
I like the first Life is Strange. I haven't played the second one yet.
Fair.
but I liked it. I'm down with it, but it's gonna be like when it's on sale again on PC. I'm not gonna.
Fair, yeah. Yeah, it will come to PC for sure.
Deathloop.
Hey.
Here we go. I'm upset that it got delayed.
Oh.
I was hoping that like by the time the holidays came around, it would be like on a deep sale, and now it's probably not going to be. But
No. I mean, like it can go on sale, I think, but it's not going to be like a deep sale.
no, it's
not
going to be like
30.
$40. I was hoping if it came out in May, and then the holiday season came around, it could have been maybe like $25. Who knows? But
Maybe.
now it's going to be like 40 at best. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like 45, 48.
Back for Blood. Oh, that's another one I'm really. I mean, of course.
What?
No Back for Blood for you.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Stray. Oh, that's the cat one.
I'm good.
I want to see gameplay first.
Okay.
But Cat Simulator sounds fun.
I know that you're just more open, like about what kinds of
Different
games you're willing to try out and
Yes,
things like that.
within reason though, because time constraints. You can only play so many games.
All right.
Ghostwire Tokyo. That's an interesting one. It's Bethesda.
That really Bethesda.
Yes.
Well, isn't that going to be
It's
exclusive?
It's not Bethesda. It's alongside Deathloop, I believe it's going to be a timed PS4/5 exclusive, and then it's going to come to Xbox and then Game Pass as well because
Oh.
the contractual obligations.
Oh, I see. Like Bethesda still has to abide by that.
These two games specifically, they already had the contractual obligations. They have to do that. But going forward, so your Elder Scrolls, for example,
Starfield.
Starfield.
Yeah, Starfield has been confirmed to be an Xbox exclusive.
The rumor that apparently Bethesda over in Austin, the Austin studio, is working on a new AAA title.
Oh.
Not related to those two. Not related to Starfield or Elder Scrolls.
Dishonored 3.
No, that's not. It's published by Bethesda, but it's not them. That's Arcane.
Oh, okay.
And they're doing Deathloop. So.
Fair.
No, the Austin studio is the ones who did Fallout 76. So it seems like they're putting an end to major updates for 76, and they're going to start working on something different.
Okay.
Fallout 77, I don't know. 76 too.
Yeah, but not Fallout 5. They're not going to do that.
Definitely not Fallout 5. That's the was it Maryland, Baltimore? It's the main studio definitely, and they have their hands full already. So.
Gotcha.
All right, let's see. Next page.
Yeah, next page. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Did you say lick?
I said, let's go ahead and take a look.
Sounds like you said lick.
No, I did not.
Sifu.
Let's not lick a look.
That's from the State of Play. Remember that?
Yes.
Sifu. That was the kung fu game. Looks pretty good.
Yes, seafood.
Seafood. Horizon.
Woo! Forbidden West.
Actual talk. Horizon. Do you think Horizon comes out this year?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
I'm going to say no.
And you might be right.
Hedge our bets. I'm just thinking, take all the big things, iPhone, Horizon. I'm just saying, nah. Push it. Push all of it.
I feel like Horizon could, though.
Solar Ash. Oh, yeah, that's an artistically looking game.
Yeah.
Looked pretty artistically nice. Far Cry 6. I still got my copy waiting through my AMD thing.
Oh, nice. But you can't, you can redeem it, but you can't.
Oh, no, it's
yet,
redeemed.
right?
It's redeemed, but it basically counts as a pre-order. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
It's like I already redeemed it. And it's like, cool. When the game comes out, you can get it. That's right. They never announced when it's going to come out. It was supposed to come out in March. Then they delayed it, and they never said when.
Yeah, it's TBC right now. 2021, though.
That's a little concerning.
Yeah, I think that's more likely to be a 2022 game.
God of War 2, absolutely not.
That's not coming this year.
No, that is not this year.
No, there's no way that they release Final Fantasy VII Integrate. They release Horizon Horizon Forbidden West, and God of War 2 Ragnarok, all in the same year. That would be putting too many of your eggs in just one basket.
I wasn't even thinking with Final Fantasy. I'm just thinking Horizon and God of War in the same year does not happen.
I don't think so either.
I almost feel tempted to say that, if Horizon comes out in 22, that God of War comes out in 23. I'm almost tempted to be like, because I do not see these two games coming out in the exact same year. These are both massive titles.
I think Horizon will make it this year, but God of War, no. I
could see a scenario where Horizon comes out like February, March of next year, and then God of War is around holiday season.
Yeah, that could happen too.
I could see that. Open Roads. I'm trying to remember. I think it's an indie title.
I don't quite remember what it is about. But I mean, you're driving.
It's
from what I
looking
can
like
see.
I think it's more like a walking simulator, story
Oh.
driven. Life is Strange-ish.
Okay, interesting.
If the story's
Sort
good, but that's the thing. When it comes to these, it comes down to the story being good. If the story's good, then fine.
I mean, the story is almost everything when it comes to these walking simulators
Exactly.
and
If
things like that.
Like if the story's bad, there's you're done for.
Yeah, your studio's gone, buddy.
GTA 5.
So not 6, huh?
I actually saw a report from someone who said that who confirmed that GTA 6 is going to take place in the modern day, which, yeah, why wouldn't have?
So it's going to take place during the coup. Interesting.
I feel like no, just in the just in the 2020s, basically.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why anyone thought. I guess because everyone's talking about how GTA 6 is going to be, or how everyone wants it to be in Vice City, and they think of Miami Vice, so they immediately think of 80s. So I guess everyone just started thinking, oh yeah, GTA 6 is totally going to happen in the 80s. I don't know why you thought that. No, it's modern day.
Continue.
Maybe you'll have some synthwave aesthetic, but
yeah.
Lord of the Rings, Gollum.
Bring it on.
I forgot that game is a thing.
Bring it on. I need it. Being a massive fan of Shadow War.
I don't know. It's not the same studio though.
Yeah, no. I thought it would be, but still, like I am still interested in seeing it.
Okay, yeah.
See what's coming from it.
Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach does not look good.
Cool.
I don't think it looks good.
I don't either.
Rainbow Six.
From what we saw, we did
Oh,
see,
I'm
like,
not
Rainbow
saying
Six.
that word, just in case.
Oh, okay, yeah. Rainbow Six.
Stay at home.
The stay at home edition.
Rainbow Six. So, is it actually oh yeah, it actually is a sequel or sort of like other title compared to Siege. As I was wondering, it's like, is this a different title than Siege?
Well, it looks like it is.
Goodbye, Volcano High.
That looks like a cartoon that you would
I'm
totally
going
see
to
in Cartoon Network.
I'm going to go on a limb and say I hope they succeed, because everybody started pooping all over them at the State of Play, being like, "Where's God of War? I don't care about this. Hey, I don't want to see furry dinosaurs." And it's just like people are like, "Oh, showing off the power of the PS5 with a 2D animation game that looks like BoJack Night in the Woods or something."
So not Cuphead.
Definitely not Cuphead. I kind of want them to succeed. I don't know. Hopefully the game is good, because if the game turns out to be bad and everyone just starts dunking on it, it's gonna be like, oh darn.
It's like, oh man, it sucks to be wrong.
It'd be fun for it to turn out to actually be really good, and then everyone else kind of just looks dumb. Just dunk on them, I guess.
I mean, I guess so. Fair enough.
I mean, it's a PC title, so obviously I'm not. I'll get it when it's in like a humble bundle. It's definitely gonna happen.
How humble of
It's
you.
in a humble bundle, yeah. Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights? I'm not interested.
The less interesting of the Warner Bros. Games that are coming. Least interesting one, yeah.
Yeah.
Heavenly Bodies.
Heavenly Bodies.
I'm trying to remember who that's.
Would have to look more into that. But then right after, I'm noticing Quantum Error.
Quantum Error. Do you know what this is? 'Cause I don't remember.
Not quite, but just the fact that it has quantum in the name kind of intrigues me.
Looks like it's a horror game.
Could be.
Yeah, it looks like it actually is. It says Half-Life, Doom, and Dead Space influences. So.
Let's just hope it's not an error on our part.
Project Athia. Isn't this? Yeah, this is the Square Enix one.
Yeah, that game
that is the
very excited for.
That is the one that we saw. Yeah, it looks really nice. The movement is just very nice.
Yeah, like the trees growing and stuff. You just controlling Mother Nature.
It looks faster paced than 15.
Yes.
I feel like, should we just automatically say that's game of the year for you?
Well, it looks like it's coming out in January 2022. So maybe game of next year.
Congratulations to Project Athia for winning Francisco from Tech Summit's 2022 Game of the Year awards.
Ahead of time, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad, Killer Justice League. This is the more interesting of the WB games, in my opinion, because from Rocksteady, so the people who actually made Arkham games.
Fair enough.
So I'm interested. Callisto Protocol.
Okay, that looks like another horror game, yeah.
I feel like I've seen this before, but...
Hogwarts Legacy?
Oh, yes. Spiritual successor to Dead Space. So it's like the original developers, I guess.
Okay.
After, Visceral died.
Oh.
Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah, that got delayed to next year.
It's still so interesting to see.
I'm interested.
Like a Harry Potter game. That's so funny.
Pragmata. Oh, yeah, it's from Capcom.
It looks like Cyberpunk.
I was thinking Death Stranding. That's Times Square.
Oh, okay, fair.
It's Death Stranding, but in a city.
That's so weird.
Because
It's so weird to think
I
about.
remember seeing the trailer at like the Game Awards, and I think it actually does include a little child. So it's just like
I mean,
it
like,
is Death Stranding basically.
As New Yorkers, it's like, how can you possibly get stranded in the city, you doofus?
I feel like this looks pretty indicative of last year, but.
Oh, I mean, fair. Yeah. There we go. All right, I got to meet this guy right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's see. One more page we have here.
One more page.
Final
Honestly,
Fantasy 16.
Final Fantasy 16. Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
You were about to say something?
I mean, I was gonna say, I think that it's about time for us to probably come to a conclusion here.
Yeah,
but let's end
definitely.
it on a great note with Final Fantasy
Season.
16.
Hold on. All right, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, other games here, Indiana Jones.
Mm.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Mm.
A lot of these are more just like, we know they exist, but we don't know when they're coming.
Yeah, like Starfield,
Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls 6. Yeah,
Indiana
which
Jones, Dragon Age 4. Dragon Age 4 out here is in trouble.
yes, yeah, it has been in trouble for quite some time. New Mass Effect.
No, it's not Gran
Turismo.
Turismo 4. It's Gran Turismo 7. and it is delayed to, I think, next spring is what they said specifically.
Ah, I
But
see.
that's kind of what it is.
Well, with that said,
Final Fantasy 16, yeah.
Final Fantasy 16.
And of course,
So biased.
Remember, if you guys are a part of the Patreon, you can stream Final Fantasy 16 when it comes out with the help of a Stream Deck Mini, which you'll be entered in the giveaway for.
Indeed. So do make sure to check out the link to the Patreon down in the description, of course. By supporting us, you would be automatically entered for one of these and many more giveaways coming up in the coming months. We do one every single month on a different item. So,
Of course, if you're watching on YouTube, social media is right here at the bottom of the video.
And if you're listening, just check out the description on whatever podcasting platform you're using. But this has been Francisco.
And Chris,
Until next time, enjoy.
good night. Travel well.
Travel very well.